Hello everyone, welcome back to another N-Channel Media production. Today I will be doing a video essay film review for an English assignment. As with all school-related productions on this channel, the opinions and beliefs expressed in the following presentation do not necessarily reflect those of N-Channel Media Inc. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Smoke Signals is a 1998 coming-of-age comedy drama directed by Chris Eyre. The film follows the journey of Thomas Builds the Fire and Victor Joseph as they leave the Coeur d'Alene Indian Reserve for Phoenix, Arizona, to gather the ashes and belongings of Victor's recently deceased father, Arnold Joseph. To give some backstory, Arnold was Victor's alcoholic and abusive father.
No more drinking! Did you hear me? No more!
Let go! Let go!
Before abandoning his family when Victor was 6. However, he was also responsible for saving Thomas from a house fire way back in 1976.
I was just a baby when Arnold Joseph saved me from that fire.
As a result, Thomas and Victor grew up as close friends, albeit with differing perspectives regarding Arnold's character. Being a coming-of-age film, Smoke Signals exhibits themes of personal growth and self-development, primarily articulated through the changing dynamic between Thomas and Victor. More specifically, the film focuses on Victor's newly found understanding of Arnold's situation and the forgiveness and acceptance that develops within him. Since Victor grew up in the presence of an abusive father that abandoned him, he was, for a long time, an irritable person, and viewed his father with bitter resentment.
Did you know he's a drunk? Did you know that he left my family? Did you know he beat up my mom? Did you know he beat me up? Just let it go, Thomas. He was nothing but a liar.
Thomas, on the other hand, was saved by Victor's father the night of the fateful day, and views Arnold in a positive light.
So then he took me to Denny's. It was afternoon, you know, but I still had the Grand Slam breakfast. 2 eggs, 2 sausages, 2 slices of bacon, and 2 pancakes. And some juice. And milk.
The contrast in their perspectives results in multiple instances when the two act disagreeably.
Bagel, last shut up, Thomas, or I'll beat you up again.
No, it's not true. Thomas, you're so full of
Even blood was drawn when they were fighting as kids. After it was revealed that Victor's father had passed away,
My name is Susie Song. I've got bad news. Arnold Joseph passed away.
Thomas generously offers to help Victor get to Phoenix.
Your mom said she only had $40. That ain't enough money to get you to Phoenix. I can help, you know.
Help what?
I have some money. I can help.
Listen, Thomas. I can't take your money. So why don't you go buy a car or something, anything. But just leave me alone, okay? Go find a woman.
I can get you to Phoenix.
Okay, so you can get me to Phoenix.
Under the condition that he also goes with him.
You have to take me with you.
You're funny.
He's mean to you.
Despite their frictional relationship. For the record, Phoenix is quite far from where they live in Plummer, Idaho. Victor accepts this, and they continue with their trip to Phoenix.
I'm sure. Are you sure?
Damn right, I'm sure. Get on the bus.
Moments showing the friction between Victor and Thomas shows us that at this point, Victor always was, and is still bitter towards his father without realizing the scope of his father's misery, unintentionally passing his resentment onto others in the process. Later in the film, Thomas and Victor arrive in Phoenix, where they meet Susie Song. Susie was Arnold's neighbor during the number of years which he lived in exile. Victor was quite impatient and agitated with the notion of visiting Phoenix, and earlier made it clear that he wanted to come and go immediately.
Okay, Thomas, I need the money, and you can come with me. But I have a few rules. First of all, you can't wear that stupid suit. Secondly, I don't want you telling me a million of your damn stories. And third, we're going right there and coming right back.
However, Thomas and Susie were able to sweet-talk him into staying for the night. The rest of the evening was otherwise nonchalant, with Thomas telling more unusual stories. During one critical moment during Victor's stay in Phoenix, however, Susie tells Victor about his father's account of the 1976 house party fire.
I know how it started.
Nobody knows how it started.
Woo-hoo! Come on, get up, you guys!
In essence, what was revealed to Victor was the fact that his father was the one who started the deadly fire all those years ago. Susie then tries to tell Victor of all the good things that Arnold has done for his life. However, Victor remains fixated on how his father had negatively treated him and his family.
Almost killed all of us?
He saved you.
No, my mom saved me.
Listen to me, Victor. Your dad talked about that fire every day. He cried about it. He wished he could have changed it. He wished he hadn't run away. But you have to remember one thing, Victor. He ran back into that burning house looking for you. He went back for you. He didn't mean to die here, Victor. He wanted to go home. He always wanted to go home.
And this encounter would pinch a nerve for him. Needless to say, Victor was quite dismissive of this account and hurriedly departed the next morning with Thomas, without Susie's knowledge. At this point, despite being told by many credible and well-meaning acquaintances, Victor still does not accept and forgive his father for the mistakes that he made, resulting in misery for Victor himself and those around him. Nearing the climax of the film, Victor has had enough of Thomas's stories regarding his father.
Said basketball was the only thing you were ever going to be good at.
You know, Thomas, I'm really sick and tired of you telling me all these stories about my dad like you knew him.
As a result, the two exchange various demeaning remarks.
What was he then, huh, Thomas? You tell me. You're the expert. What do you think he was?
You know, you got it all wrong, Victor. Maybe you don't know who you are.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I think you do. You've been moping around the reservation for 10 years. 10 years, Victor. Doing what? You ain't got no job, you ain't got no money, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah, and what do you got, huh, Thomas? What do you do all day long?
I look after my grandma.
Yeah, and I look after my mom.
You make your mom cry.
Shut up, Thomas!
You make your mom cry her eyes out. I mean, your dad left her, sure. But you left her too, and you're worse because you still live in the same house with her.
Shut up, Thomas! Just shut up! He saved your dumb ass in that fire. He didn't save me. He never saved me.
Quit feeling sorry for yourself.
I wish he would let you burn in that fire, you know? Then he wouldn't have left me.
In the heat of the quarrel, Victor doesn't notice a car wreck in front of him.
Burned up, Thomas! Everything! Everything burned up! Everything! Everything!
Causing him to swerve and crash into a ravine. He is then confronted and accused of causing the initial crash by Mr. Cicero, one of the involved drivers, who attacked his wife and was drunk at the time.
He was drunk and he was driving so fast that I told him to slow down.
All right, get back in the car. Get in the car. Hey, take it easy. Take it easy. Get your hands on me.
I didn't do anything!
Your fault, man. You hit my car, man. Oh, damn you. You're drunk. Take it easy. Get out of my face. It's your wife. It's your fault.
Despite the heat in the moment, Victor still felt compassion towards the other families that were involved in the crash. The film shows someone gravely injured during the crash that occurred prior.
You're drunk. Get out of my face. Get your hands. Look at what you did to your wife. Look what you did.
Seeing as Victor did not want someone else's family to be torn apart the same way his and Thomas's family were torn apart, he ran miles for help.
I'll go for help. What, are you crazy?
The nearest town is 20 miles away. You'll never make it.
I'm going for help.
Thomas! And she ain't gonna make it either. I'm going for help! That's a dead girl you're talking to. It's a dead girl.
This was a pivotal moment for Victor's self-development. Since then, he has come to understand and accept his father for who he was, and he will open up to Thomas in the process.
Well, Livid isn't our marathon runner. How you doing?
Oh, my feet hurt. How's she?
Joy's gonna be okay.
Once Thomas and Victor arrive home, they spend a while bantering about their experiences with Arnold.
But your grandma really missed you, huh?
Yeah, we've been gone 6 days, 12 hours, and 32 minutes.
At this point, Victor is now a far more agreeable person and comes to understand Thomas's perspective on Arnold.
Thank you for everything. For the money and stuff.
There is a reference to an earlier moment when Susie told Victor that Arnold never meant to leave.
Hey, Victor, do you know why your dad really left?
Yeah. He didn't mean to, Thomas.
Victor finally learns to forgive and accept his father for who he was, and the film shows this with the final scene of Victor tossing his ashes into the river. To conclude, Smoke Signals shows its audience the importance of forgiveness and acceptance for one's well-being and classically interconnects the concepts of love and forgiveness. The film achieves this by closely examining Victor's character change and take shape throughout and especially towards the end of the film. The film is also a great example of comedy being tragedy plus time and has an overarching whimsicality to it. Finally, despite the film's specific emphasis on the objectionable living conditions and complicated families of Native Americans, it is important to realize that these hardships could happen to any group of people anywhere in the world. And for those of us who are fortunate to not be experiencing similar situations, we should be appreciative and grateful for what and who we have, while still showing empathy and compassion for those with such struggles. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.